2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
A look from before as the Clippers made their way to the...
Good evening, Kevin.
What a story. David, thank you. Here are the starters for Brooklyn. We've got Durant on out there with Kyrie Irving. Then there's Harris, and it's Jordan in at the center position. And for the Clippers, we've got Patrick Beverley. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Ibaka. Then it's Paul George, and it's Morris in at the 3, the small forward. And it's Leonard missing.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Durant with a wide open look. Offensive rebound. And there's Jordan putting it right back in.
What I like about that play, DeAndre Jordan not just looking to corral the miss, he's looking to finish the job.
And here's Beverley. Right side Leonard. Unloads from 13. Almost, but it rolls out.
Easy chance for mid-range. Wouldn't be surprised to see them run that play again.
And guys, even though he's in a big market, Kawhi Leonard's still not one for the spotlight.
That is so true. It's not about the fame for him. He's in L.A., but Kawhi Leonard stays in his bubble. All the trappings that come with being a great player, he's truly focused on the love of the game, winning and being the best possible player he can be.
Now here's Beverley. The feed now to Leonard. Shot clock at 5. Shoots over KD, and Durant sends it back.
3 straight misses to begin this contest, and already starting to look frustrated.
Now the Clippers moving it up. George has got the ball, and Morris throws it down.
Excellent pass, PG-13, keeping his eyes up, using his vision.
And it's Irving with the ball for the Nets. Pass to Jordan, and here is Harris. Irving with the ball. There's the dish to Jordan. Crafty move. He lays it in. Jordan's got his second basket.
That play is made because of Kyrie's vision and his willingness to share the basketball.
In the corner, George with it. Back to Beverley. An easy 2 points on the layup.
Explosive first step off the bounce. Beverley has the speed to do this.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. The pass to Durant. Takes a 3. It's hauled in by George. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. Trailing by 2. Leonard. And Leonard stays with it.
Electrifying play by Kawhi Leonard. Boy, he is talented. This team relies on him for so much.
Now here's Irving. The Nets working the ball around now. Brown against George. 6 to shoot. Fades and shoots. 2 points. That one goes. Greg, you've always said to have a winning team, you need franchise players. Talk about the specific qualities you look for in those superstars that can catapult a team to greatness.
It's a great question, Kevin. Talent really isn't enough. You know, whether you lead vocally or by example, the agenda has to be winning, and your best players really define who your team is going to be. So the franchise caliber player is a much needed asset.
Out in transition, Kyrie finds his spot down the court, finishes the job.
Pass to George. A 3 ball. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Irving dishes to Brown. Back to Irving. From deep. And no good. And the Clippers will come the other way. George passes to Ibaka. And And Ibaka slams it in.
And for Serge nowadays, most of his offense comes from beyond the arc or at the rim.
And it goes out of bounds. That one off Harris.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
This is called an effort play. Terrific hustle at the defensive end.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. And then for Brooklyn, Green comes in for DeAndre Jordan. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Irving. Now here's Brown, following the miss by DeMarcus Cousins. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Here's Durant. And again, it's the Nets missing.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Gets the three-pointer to fall.
We've seen Kadar steadily increase his three-point shots. Terrific accuracy here.
Here's Dinwiddie. And that one released in time, but no good. And so the first quarter is in the books. Earlier tonight, we spoke with Paul George about how they've...
Everybody has a chip on their shoulder.
Greg, that last point is key. This team plays lockdown defense.
And that's a big part of their identity. Most teams talk about being well-balanced. This team lives it.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
In that first period, they showed a willingness to make the extra pass.
And that's really hard on a defense, having to play deeper into the clock and having to cover a lot more ground.
On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Nets. Griffin is out there with Green. Then it's Harden, and it's Claxton in at the 5 down low. Now, here's Kennard. Dinwiddie with some nice D.
Offensively, that's how you want to end the possession, except for the result.
Boy, Greg, there is a lot to like offensively for Luke Kennard.
I tell you, he can shoot it. He's a crafty finisher and really improving as a passer. The question mark is the defensive end. 6'5" in height and wingspan, not elite tool, so he's got to get by on his instincts and his anticipation.
Here's Zubac. James Harden picking up that last basket. Jackson passes to Kennard. Dinwiddie with the steal. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. It's tipped, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Nets will retain possession. Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. To the middle. And Harden with the basket on the assist by Green. Harden's got 6 points.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Kennard kicks to Batum. Passes it to Cousins. Chalk up 2 there. Zubac has got his first 2 points.
And you look at Cousins attacking the defense with the pass, understands each aspect of his role in this offense.
Harden gets the bucket. Now Jackson. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Pass to Kennard. Kicks it to Cousins. It's hauled in by Claxton. For Brooklyn, they've gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. And he banks in the layup. Dinwiddie's got the lead up to 4 now for the Nets.
Yeah, and they're starting to warm up from the field this quarter.
Now the pass to Kennard. And here is Zubac. Jackson down low. Dinwiddie covering. 5 on the clock. Dinwiddie with the steal. Plays it in off the breakaway. Now it's a 6-point Nets lead.
And the lead should be safe if they can keep shooting the basketball like this.
Pass to Kennard. Here's Jackson. And it goes down 2 points.
That quick burst off the pick allows Jackson to separate and get the look he wants.
Now here's Dinwiddie. To the paint. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Jackson passes to Kennard. Back to Jackson. Just 5 to shoot. Misses off the right iron.
Trying to take advantage of soft defense. He might have gotten over-eager.
Here's Dinwiddie. Feeds it to Griffin. Nice move. And it's good on the layup. And the Nets lead by 8.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
And 1:01 left to play here in the second quarter. Plenty of daylight on that shot. Kennard's got 6.
When Kennard is that set up, he almost can't miss. Such a skilled shooter.
And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That's his first foul. And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. Kyrie Irving's checked in for the Nets. Fires the 3. That one, no good. And the Clippers will come the other way. Outside for George. The Clippers keep it alive. Good on the shot. Leonard's got his second basket of the night.
And despite the hot start from beyond, they've gotten away from shooting the triple.
Pass to Harden. We got 22 seconds left here in the second. Out to Morris. And here's George for 3. Rebound, Brooklyn. In transition, here come the Nets. Irving passes to Claxton. Great D that time from Leonard. James Harden getting it done for... Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime, so we'll be back in just...
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. They never put themselves in too much. And that's...
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You gotta like what Harden has done in this game so far.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Baca is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's George in at the 2 spot. And Greg, you play with some big personalities. Talk about the best way to manage egos and conflicts in the locker room. That's a very interesting topic.
No doubt about it. You know, Kev, first thing you learn from middle school on, your team is your family. And let's face it, all families have spats, and so do teams. You just learn to never personalize those things. Never leave any stone unturned. Like, don't let things fester. When there are issues, you address them. And if you're not taking things personally, you tend to be able to work through whatever issues you may come in front of.
Good advice. And here's Leonard. Following the three-pointer by Kyrie Irving. And it's blocked by Jordan.
DeAndre Jordan is a force on defense. Tough to finish when he's lurking.
Rocket 2. And a deep 3 from George. Rebound, Brooklyn. Jordan's got 4 rebounds in this game. And Harris wide open. He shoots. And no good that time. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Shaky start to the half. Going 1 for 4. Still trying to find that groove. His inability to make shots has not brought this team down. That shows you their resourcefulness. Ugly start to this half. Hitting just 20% from the field. Gotta pick it up.
Now Kevin Durant following the miss by Marcus Morris from deep.
KD's jump shot is pure. It's been a staple in his arsenal for a long time.
And Kevin Durant, one of the greatest scorers to ever play. Not the most prolific scorer, but perhaps the most talented. He's dangerous from any part of the floor.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded-out game.
Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. KD passes to Jordan, and slam dunk by Jordan.
I love how Durant keeps his eyes up, scanning for someone with a better look.
Greg, as scores go, Kevin Durant's as efficient as any.
I mean, Durant has an insane field goal percentage for the shots that he takes. I mean, when you factor in how many threes he puts up, it gets even more impressive. Durant takes so many shots where he's covered and is still efficient. It's just mind-blowing.
Jordan finds Harris. Back to Jordan. At the elbow, it's Harris. Irving against Beverly. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
And DeAndre is one of the best in the business in that situation. You let him sneak in behind you, and you're going to pay.
Beverly, the pass to George. And here's Beverly. Up top, Leonard, defended by Durant. And it's sent back by KD.
You forget, Durant has the reach of a center. He can provide rim protection.
Love the recognition. Realizes that one is all him.
Sometimes that's the call. You want to be unselfish, but even more so, you want to be effective.
Now, here's George. He's got 5.
I can see he's pressing a little now, trying desperately to help them shrink this deficit.
The shot by KD. No good. Clippers trail by 12. George passes to Leonard. And it's Leonard with the jam.
Flexing at the rack. Leonard doing what he can to fire up his teammates.
Irving with it. 5 points in the game. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That's foul number 2 for him. A platoon swap here for Brooklyn. Dinwiddie attacking. Here's Claxton. Pass to Dinwiddie. Over Kennard. Here's Claxton. Outside for Griffin. Fires the 3. Kennard with the rebound. Here's Jackson. Off with the layup. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets going into the break with a 10-point lead. What a defensive effort. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
This is why you preach teamwork. Some of the most spectacular plays are the ones where guys are feeding off one another.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. On the court for the Nets, getting the fourth quarter going. They've got Harris. Green is out there with Durant. Then it's Harden. And it's Irving at the 1 spot. Buries the long-range jumper.
Luke Kennard gets the ball off quickly, and the mechanics are consistent.
Outside Irving. No good from outside.
Trying to finish out the game strong. You have to recognize who has the hot hand and get him the ball.
Cousins, the pass to Ibaka. And Ibaka slams it in.
This is what Cousins gives you. Good recognition, the ability to make plays for his teammates.
And an intentional foul right there.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Harris. Blake Griffin comes in for Kevin Durant. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Irving. Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. Here's Zubats. Brooklyn with the rebound. Claxton's got 5 rebounds tonight. Dinwiddie kicks to Harden. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Dinwiddie's got 3 assists in the game. We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. Kennard's shot is off. Nets leading by 8. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. And the wide open shot from Green. The three-pointer off the mark. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play.
With good size for a two-guard, Luke Kennard can finish in the paint.
And so it's Harden bringing it up for the Brooklyn Nets. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. From deep. The Clippers grab the miss. Inside. Outside for Jackson. Dinwiddie against Kennard. Here's Zubac. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. And now just a 4-point Nets lead. The Nets have gone 1 of 5 from the field here in the fourth. A lot of misses, just the one make. Harden against Kennard. Now Harden. He dishes it to Dinwiddie. And Harden gets it to go in on the assist by Dinwiddie. And the Nets lead by 6.
And Harden's such a creative scorer, especially when he gets in close to the basket.
Jackson from long range. And it's Griffin with the rebound. Brooklyn's gotten just 1 of 4 three-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. From deep. Another miss by Harden. The Clippers have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Back to Kennard. A 3-ball. But they get it back. Zubac the pass to Kennard. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Kennard's got a couple of three-pointers now in the fourth for the Clippers. And they go to the intentional foul. So both teams making some changes here. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. And there's the pass to Durant. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George. .114 left in the game. Outside Irving. Clock at 6. The drive by KD. It's good.
He keeps a low profile, but make no mistake, KD lives for the big shots.
Irving against Beverly. Outside, George. The three-pointer, no good. And now the fast break. Durant with the ball. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Pass to Jordan. Outside for KD. That drops and it comes off an assist from Jordan. And the Nets lead by 7.
Well, credit them for maintaining that aggression, even being up this much.
They don't want to leave no chance for a comeback. Just focus on playing the right way. I love how he's willing to sacrifice his body in there, giving maximum effort. That's what it takes on the defensive boards.
And no good as the first free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second.
And for all the developments Jordan's made to his game, free throw shooting remains a challenge.
George with no one around. And again, no good by the Clippers. Here is Durant. Irving finds Durant. Back to Irving. From deep three-point range, off target. So it's the Nets picking up the win. All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. DA, thanks. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Baca is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Morris in at the 3. And for the Trailblazers, they've got Anthony. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic. Then it's Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. And it's Lillard in at the point guard. Now here's Leonard. Baseline J on the way. And Serge Ibaka, the bucket on the assist from Leonard. And Doris, tonight, 2 experienced teams will be battling.
Well, what you come to expect with experienced rosters are excellent defensive rotations, game plan discipline. These guys know how to play the game. So let's see how this plays out.
They get it back, knocked loose. Here's Beverley. The pass to Leonard. 6 on the shot clock. Anthony against Beverley. That one goes. Count it.
Well, that's the veteran poise of Ibaka on display. Doesn't let the shot clock affect his judgment.
And Lillard kicks to Hollis-Jefferson. Lillard scanning the floor. Anthony, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard.
You know, that's one thing Melo has always been able to do. Use his strength to overpower you and get the advantage.
And here in the first, closing in on 2 minutes play. Leonard inside. Covington's there. Lets it go from the wing. And it's Leonard missing.
And this is a shot he can definitely make, and the defense not a factor at all. When the story of Kawhi Leonard is told, it will be about the hard work being the secret of his success.
And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, Personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Here's Ibaka, and Ibaka slams it in.
Exceptional vision by Paul George. This guy is tearing up the defense.
Lillard outside. Now here's Covington. And it's Lillard missing.
Great rim protection to prevent him from converting. Beautiful.
Beverly deciding where to go with it. Passes it to Leonard. Shoots over Covington. And it's Portland with the rebound. The wide open look here for Anthony. Good on the triple. Anthony's got 5 points so far.
You know, you can tell the three-point shot is something that Melo has developed over his course of time in the league.
Beverly, the pass to Leonard. Dishes to Ibaka. That one good for 2. 8 points for Serge Ibaka.
Great start for him. 4-4. He could be in for a big game.
A minute 20 left to play in the first. Lillard attacking. Now George. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Pass to Ibaka. Now here is Morris. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession.
That's miscommunication, and we rarely see that happen.
Trailblazers trail by 3. McCollum dishes to Jones. Back to McCollum. Down low. Here's Cantor. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
Very good presence of mind by Cantor right there. Good at taking contact and finishing through it.
Pass to Kennard for 3. He doesn't hit that one. Now Portland takes it the other way. Cantor kicks to McCollum. And that one, good.
If there's a weakness in your defense, McCollum will find it. Reads the floor exceptionally well.
And here's Jackson. In the corner, Kennard with it. From outside, off the mark. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. It's the Trailblazers up 1. Recently, we spoke with Patrick Beverly about his throwbacks.
Old school basketball, to be honest.
Now, pound for pound, Greg, Beverly may be the most physical player in the league.
And he also gets in your head. It's a combination that allows him to get stops against guys as big as Kevin Durant.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. What stands out to you guys from the Trailblazers so far in this one?
Well, when you control the glass, you control the second chance opportunities on both ends.
And that's how they controlled the first quarter. I thought they were the much more physical team.
Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. We've got DeMarcus Cousins, Luke Kennard out there with Patrick Beverly. Then it's Ivica Zubac, and it's Man in at the 3. Here's what Portland's going with right now. Harry Giles is checked in for Anthony. Derek Jones comes in for Norman Powell, and McCollum subbed in for Anthony Simons. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for the Clippers. Jackson comes in for Patrick Beverly, and there it is for him. Giles has got the lead up to 3 now for the Trailblazers.
And big men who can shoot really changes the dynamic of your offense.
It's almost gotten to the point where you have to be able to hit that face-up jumper nowadays. Very few exceptions to that rule.
And the basket by Jackson.
He uses the threat of his drive to open up looks for him offensively. Jackson is one smart cookie.
McCollum outside. Kicks to Collins. Shoots over Batum. Shot by Collins, no good.
The inside just a bit too congested for him to get the usual shot he would have with rhythm.
Kennard with the ball. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Jackson against McCollum. Outside, Jones. The pass to McCollum. Today, Greg, we see a lot more friendly rivalries. Does that bother you?
Not at all. I mean, people like to say, well, our era had the rivalries were more bitter. I disagree with that. I think guys are every bit as competitive today as they've ever been.
It's good to hear.
They just also have more exposure and opportunity to be around one another. Kids today growing up, they've been playing against each other since the 5th, 6th grade in national tournaments. When we played, we didn't get to see the other top players around the country. So I think that was one reason why you didn't have a closeness with guys that unless you were on the same team.
Kicks it out to Jones. Steps back and fires. Again, the Trailblazers score.
What a professional. McCollum's reliability on offense is such a gift to his team.
Outside, Batum. To the middle. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Zubac trying to break loose. Batum, good. Batum's got the game tied up here for the Clippers. The Trailblazers have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. McCollum, no good. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Only giving up 6 here in this quarter. Passes to Kennard. The three. The rebound by Giles.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
The drive by Cantor. Pass to Giles. Outside, Jones. McCollum with the ball. Guarded now by Jackson. 5 to shoot. McCollum finds Jones. Over Kennard. Again, the Trailblazers score.
Boy, did he burrow his way in there, and the D just sort of backed off.
McCollum against Jackson. Pass to Zubac. Outside Jackson for the three. Buries it from three-point range. Jackson's got 5 points now in the quarter.
I tell you, one thing Jackson has never lacked: confidence. I mean, when he gets a look, Reggie always believes his next shot will be his best one.
Cullen passes to Cantor. Jackson with it. Now the pass to Kennard. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Now it's a 4-point Los Angeles lead.
That's the efficiency you want to see from Jackson.
He nailed it! Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again. Serge Ibaka had no problems getting going. He had 8 points and 1 rebound. And
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. C.J. McCollum really making a difference here.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
Well, we've got a moment left. Set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up for the second half. On the court for the Trailblazers, Robert Covington out there with Anthony. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic. And it's Hollis Jefferson in at the 2-guard spot. Feeds it to Beverly. Leonard looking around. And Robert Covington picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. George with the ball. Hollis Jefferson's there. George dishes to Ibaka. Just 3 to shoot. Leonard with the ball. Lillard picks him up, and it's Leonard missing.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
And Kawhi Leonard, one of the league's most dominant rebounders, Doris, from the wing position.
Board man gets paid. That was his motto from back in high school and college. It's all about hard work and earning your keep, according to Kawhi.
The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. The Clippers in the lead. To the paint. The shot's good on the assist by George. Leonard's got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for the Clippers. Over a minute and a half into the third quarter of action. Hollis Jefferson kicks to Nurkic. It's stolen by Morris. Here's Beverly. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Leonard the pass to George. From deep. That shot no good. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. Outside Anthony for the tie. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
Well, I guarantee you this is not what they talked about in the locker room. 0 for 3 and looking lost.
A different look now for Portland. Norman Powell comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Simons in for Hollis Jefferson. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Mann's checked in. And they pick up 2. Leonard's got the lead up to 5 now for Los Angeles.
Listen, Kawhi Leonard has built his game brick by brick. You want him to score on the interior? No problem.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Lillard from outside. Kawhi Leonard with the rebound. Clippers leading by 5. Fires from deep. Damian Lillard grabs the loose ball.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
There's a minute 47 left to play in the third. Leonard against Nurkic. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Now, Kawhi Leonard makes dunks look easy. That ball looks like a grapefruit in his hands.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Beverly against Lillard. That one falls.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
Passes it to Mann. Takes the 3. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got 3 assists now in this one.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Lillard against Beverly. Nurkic trying to get open. Good on that shot, and with that, the Los Angeles lead is cut down to just 6 points, and the bucket from Lillard. Pass to Mann. Left side, Ibaka. Shoots over Nurkic. Ibaka, no luck. And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. Simons, the pass to Carmelo. Powell, no one around him. And that one off the back of the rim and in.
Well, on the catch and shoot, Norman Powell ready to rise and fire.
And Beverly kicks to Leonard. Shoots the three. Keeps it alive. Great positioning on the putback. And the Clippers lead by 6.
Yeah, see, Marcus Morris has the physicality and the frame to be able to be a force on the offensive glass. That's nicely done.
Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Reggie Jackson out there with Luke Kennard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then there's Batum, and it's Cousins in at the 4 slot. Tries again. Jackson misses.
And this is exactly what you have to do to stop him. That was a tremendous contest, forcing the miss.
Giles kicks to McCollum. Portland moving the ball around. Los Angeles leading by 6. Pass to Zubac. Outside, Batum. There's the pass to Kennard. Takes a 3. They grab their own miss.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
The Trailblazers shooting it very well tonight, around 57%. McCollum against Jackson. Now, here's Kennard. Outside Jackson. Passes to Zubac. And here's Kennard. Defended by Jones. Kennard's shot is off. Trailblazers trail by 8. Picked his pocket. Quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. There's Jackson with the 3. It doesn't go for him. Now Portland takes it the other way. A 3 from McCollum. And so the ball out of bounds. McCollum touched it last. And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. Let's take another look at the staunch defense during that mobile 1 block.
And they're determined to add to the lead, not with more offense, but with big-time D.
Now, here is George, covered by Hollis Jefferson. Here's Leonard, knocks down the step-back J. Leonard's got the lead up to 10 now for Los Angeles. Beverly against Lillard, to the wing on the left. Pass to Nurkic. Back to Anthony. Covington in the corner. The dish to Carmelo. Up and in on the layup.
We know this about Robert Covington. He is a team man first and foremost. Pretty pass.
George looking around. No good on the triple. The Trailblazers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Covington passes to Lillard. Charity stripe shot. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him.
You won't find too many players with a better understanding of the pick and roll than Lillard. He runs that set to a T.
Back to George. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. And the Clippers lead by 8.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Lillard from outside. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
That is fantastic defense on one of the best three-point shooters in the league. Didn't give him an inch of room.
And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for Portland. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. And here's Leonard from three. Hollis Jefferson with the rebound.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
This is what he's known for. When it's an important possession, Lillard knows how to come through.
George passes to Leonard. There's 42 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And here's George for three. Pass to Mann. Lets it go with a three. Damian Lillard pulls it in. And Portland with the ball. 6-point game. From deep three-point range, it's good. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within three.
Awesome form on the triple. Lillard with textbook technique.
Guys, they're not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. Now's the time to burn some clock.
Outside, George. The feed to Ibaka. Good.
Oh, my goodness. Serge Ibaka with the killer instinct in an important situation. Love it.
The three from Anthony. Missed. So the Clippers with the win. A truly guts. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight. Hi, everyone. We're coming to you live on 2K. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Anthony out there with Robert Covington. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Lillard in at the point. And for Brooklyn, we've got Durant. Kyrie Irving is out there with Brown. Then it's Joe Harris. And it's Jordan in at the 5. Home in the paint. Now here's Powell. Lillard finds Powell. Off target with his 3. Outside, KD. And he goes big with the dunk right over Robert Covington.
And when you have the size and shooting ability of Durant, you aren't supposed to have handles like that. I mean, that's just doing him dirty.
Lillard, bounce pass. Anthony, the pass to Lillard. The putback and staying with the play, Anthony.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball. Now, here is Irving. The feed to Jordan. No good that time. Great D that time from Nurkic. From the corner. And it's wide right. It's off the rim. And it's Durant with the ball. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
You see the cleverness of Irving on that play. Able to get his shot off despite getting whacked.
The Nets shooting their first free throw of the night. For Portland, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Nurkic kicks to Powell. No good with the triple. For Brooklyn, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Durant, and then Durant with the jam.
I mean, stretch, arm strong. Durant doesn't even need to jump, it seems, to throw it down. His athleticism, his height, his length is just unreal.
Now here's Powell. He dishes it to Nurkic. Now Lillard. Here's Powell. Some solid defense from Brown.
I thought that one was going to go down. The mid-range jumpers, oh, man, that's usually a bunny with the deep playing soft like that.
Durant against Covington. Shoots over Covington. Again, the Nets for 2.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
They've been a more cohesive team over this stretch, and then that helps account for their lead.
Now, here's Nurkic. Lillard with it, and that one is good.
Superb form. Lillard has the mid-range shot on lockdown.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. And the pass to KD. To the inside. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Covington passes to Lillard. Got it from 16 feet. Lillard's got his second basket of the game. The importance of the three-point shot never greater than right now, and in your eyes, there are some players who are just absolutely dead, solid, perfect from distance.
No doubt about it. And you know, there's three guys to me, though, that kind of separate themselves. And it's one, because you have to honor their ability equally off the dribble, from three, and at attacking the paint. Steph Curry, James Harden, and Damian Lillard. Those three guys can all hit pull-ups and step-backs from range off the dribble. They all got great vision, you know, so they can take advantage of defenses that get caught loading a little too much. And then they also are terrific in the paint at getting to the free throw line. So those are the three guys, I think, that create the most havoc when you start talking about having to guard the three-point line. And, Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
Lillard from outside hits it from three-point range. Lillard's got 7 points.
The outside shot of Lillard is pure. I mean, he always seems to have the look that's going in.
Durant against Covington. Shoots over Covington. And again, no good by Brooklyn. And now Portland on the break. Lillard with the ball. 30 seconds left in the first quarter. Nurkic. Jordan with some nice D.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Here's KD. And again, unable to change momentum here. Left side, Covington. He gets it in there.
And it's clear Covington isn't bashful. He welcomes any opportunity he gets to score inside.
He gets it up. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. And earlier we spoke with Kevin Durant about surviving the grind.
How can we be the best version of ourselves?
Well, Durant may not be the in-your-face type of player, Greg, but he gets the message across for sure.
He's not going to yell at you. He's going to show you how it's done and expect that you're as committed to winning as he is.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. Oh, he delivers that with
I can't
force.
believe it. I cannot believe that. I mean, come on, man. Harden is ridiculously clever, including how he decides to posterize you. A superb athlete.
It's McCollum on the wing. Dinwiddie covering. Collins passes to McCollum. Trailblazers moving the ball around. He gets that one. Cantor's got the lead up to 2 now for the Trailblazers.
Great court awareness from the crafty guard McCollum. I mean, a good teammate who likes hitting his open guys.
Here's Harden. Pass to Luwawu. And it's denied. That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. Griffin's checked in for Brooklyn. Green comes in for Luwawu Cabarro. And we're starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. Here's Claxton. That's tipped.
We don't talk much about his defense. I mean, Cantor has been much maligned for his work at that end. He's been making a better effort.
McCollum against Dinwiddie. Here's Giles. And he misses his first shot of the game. And so it's Harden bringing it up for Brooklyn. Trailing by 2. The rebound by Giles. Trailblazers shooting 41% for the game. Hollis Jefferson finds Collins. Here's Giles. Here's McCollum. Guarded by Green. The 3. McCollum, no good. Nets have gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. And McCollum on the floor, all business. Off the court, he's a very outspoken player, very colorful guy. And Greg, you were saying you see a future in media form when he stops playing.
No doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, McCollum spoke up quickly about the seriousness of the virus when they were playing. He's very knowledgeable and shares what's on his mind. A media position after he's done playing is a very real possibility if he chooses to.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Carmelo Anthony's checked in for Giles, and it's Simons in for Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. The three-pointer is right on target.
Well, it was just a mystery what the defense was doing there. You never want to give him that much space outside the three-point line.
Now, here is Harden. He's guarded closely, and that one drops.
I mean, you have to really admire the skill set that Harden has. I mean, in just handling the ball, he's decimating the D with his number of moves.
Simons, the pass to McCollum. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. To the paint. Just 5 on the clock. And it's good, 2 points.
Poise from the veteran guard. I love how calm McCollum is when the pressure is on.
Harden dishes to Dinwiddie. Pass to Griffin. He kicks to Harden. Passes it to Claxton. And it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut to just 1 on the basket from Harden.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Here's Simons, guarded by Green, and it's McCollum in the corner. Back to Canner. Puts up a 3, and McCollum is good for 3. McCollum's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Bringing that three-point percentage up quite a bit this quarter, shooting it well. The lead's going to get a little bit bigger if they can keep this up.
Now, here is Harden. He's tightly guarded. Collins in the post, defended by Griffin. McCollum, no good.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
Well, you're right. He'd take that 10 out of 10 times. He's not going to miss many of those. Hard work on the boards. A lot of competition for that one, but he's got the limp to be the first one, too.
The wide open look here for Anthony. A three-pointer, no good. Nets trail by 4. It's Harden with the drive, and he uses the glass on the layup. Harden's got 8 points. For Portland, they've gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Cantor, the pass to Simons. Back to Cantor. To the middle. A nice shot by Simons. Simons has got the lead back up to 4 now for the Trailblazers. Here is Harden. 8 points for him. From deep. From beyond the arc and then some. He's got 11.
Well, Harden has no fear of pulling up from distance. I mean, he has the range and the game. Just a remarkable shooter from deep.
And a close game so far through the first. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. And no doubt that C.J. McCollum's a great player all the time. But Shaq... Hey.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. One of the stories here, James Harden getting it done today.
Man, how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
This game has his fingerprints all over it. Now looking to replicate what he did in the first half.
On the floor for Portland. Powell is out there with Damian Lillard. Then there's Derek Jones. Then it's Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the center position. And Lillard kicks to Powell. Hey, Greg, if you could coach one team right now, who would it be?
That's a tough one. Clippers, Lakers, Bucks. You know what? I would probably go Lakers or Bucks because you would have an opportunity to coach someone who arguably might be considered the best to ever play the game. Because I think Giannis is trending in that direction, and LeBron obviously already is.
How about a guy like Kemba Walker and coaching the Celtics, having him to do what you want to do on the floor?
Oh, he'd be brilliant, and
yeah.
Kemba, one of the most underrated leaders in our game. Great human being.
It's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut back down to 1 point on the basket from Damian Lillard. And it's Irving with the ball for the Nets. On the wing, Harris. And there's the pass to Jordan. It's Brown on the wing. Back to Jordan. And it's Portland with the rebound.
The D making that layup look very uncomfortable for him. Good aggressive work down low.
And Yusuf Nurkic, missing a whole calendar year not too long ago, was still involved with the team during that stretch and was a fixture on their bench.
Yeah, shout out to my boy Nurkic, but hey, bro, you had some wild shirts on the sideline. I couldn't even watch the game. You was over there dizzying cats up. But I know you were doing your thing, but he would use clothing to call out other players, teams, and commentators. Nurkic doesn't mince words, and I'm glad he's back and playing.
Luwawu is checked in for the Nets. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Carmelo Anthony's checked in for Derrick Jones.
Realizing when the defenders have overcommitted, like how Nurkic looks to hit the open man.
Irving with it, now guarded by Nurkic, and it's good for 2. Irving's got 4 points this quarter.
Important point there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Powell kicks to Lillard. Over Irving. That one's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut down to just 1 on the basket from Lillard.
Well, talking about Lillard, he's so good as a scorer in the paint. I mean, probably just as good as any point guard.
Irving finds KD. Back to Irving. The offensive rebound.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Trailblazers trail by 3. And here is Powell. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. And that one's good, Anthony.
And love the muscle Anthony brings to the 3 spot. Takes pride in outworking everyone when he's that deep inside.
Pass to KD. And it's Portland with the rebound. Covington's got 4 rebounds in this game. For the lead, Anthony's shot is off.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Irving, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
His teammates keep getting him the ball in his favorite spots. This has done a lot for his shooting percentage.
Lillard scanning the floor. Puts it up from 12, and the Trailblazers getting another bucket right there.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It's a lazy effort. Let's just be honest. Hoping the shooter misses, that doesn't constitute defense.
Here's Irving. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan. Irving's got 8 here in the quarter.
Wow, has he flipped the switch at halftime. Much more effective here in the second half.
Lillard way outside. And Nurkic has it in the corner. Back to Anthony. And Jordan sends it back.
And the one thing we know about DeAndre, he's a presence at both ends of the floor. He protects the rim on D just as much as he punishes it at the offensive end.
And there's Jordan putting it right back in. And the Nets lead by 5.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Lillard against Irving. Lillard the pass to Powell. Hits the 3-point bomb. Powell's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
I like to see this Lillard patient reading the D. He finds the open man.
It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
This is where the NBA's headed. I mean, multi-dimensional big men. That was just a beautiful pass.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. We've got Harden. Green is out there with Griffin. And it's Claxton in at the pivot spot manning the middle. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. The Nets with the lead. It's Harden with the drive, and the jam by Harden.
Oh, and when Harden is going strong to the rim, he's looking for the throwdown, ripping the rim down hard on that one.
The Trailblazers shooting it pretty well, close to 50%. McCollum feeling it out a bit. Pass to Canner. Tries from 10, and the bank shot is good.
Well, that shot, it just shows off Cantor's versatility, proving he can deliver outside the paint.
Harden the pass to Claxton. Now here's Dinwiddie, covered by Hollis Jefferson. Inside, marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
Man, he's superb at finding open teammates. Harden, I love how he looks to shed a rock.
Passes it to Hollis Jefferson. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. His shot was hindered by that momentous mobile one block.
Hey, guys, that's about as good a defensive play as you'll see. Instant reaction to get a hand to the shot.
And the Nets with possession here. Nets leading by 4. And a deep 3 from Harden. The rebound by Giles.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Hollis Jefferson passes to Giles. And he jams it with authority.
Oh, reversed it home. That was pretty.
Agreed. The agility on display. Harden bounce pass. They swipe it. And now Portland on the break. McCollum with the ball. Now Green defending. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Jordan, he's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Kevin Durant comes in for Blake Griffin. Joe Harris is checked in for Jeff Green. And Irving subbed in for Dinwiddie.
Got to give Nurkic props. He's gifted at staying in control, even when he's under pressure.
Now the pass to KD. Here's Jordan. Out to KD. Three-pointer. And the Nets miss again.
They get away with it here, but that's not a shot you should ever be giving him.
And a wide open look for McCollum. Connects from three-point range. And now a three-point Portland lead. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Right side Irving. Shot to stop the run. No good on the shot. Now Portland takes it the other way. Anthony kicks to McCollum. Dishes it to Covington. Kicks it out to McCollum. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Yeah, and they aren't just chucking up anything. I mean, they're doing a great job of creating quality looks.
Stolen away. One-on-one here. Pass to Covington. And a missed layup. Nets trail by 6.
And not sure they've got enough time to save themselves.
Yeah, quite unlikely. But we've seen crazy things happen. Man, you need a big bucket. You were looking for Durant every chance you get. He has delivered so many times in that situation.
McCollum outside. Outside Anthony. Down to 5 on the shot clock. McCollum, no good.
He's not an easy man to stop when he's attacking the basket. The D doing everything it can.
No good on the 3. The shot and game clock separated by 4. And there's the call on Durant. That is his first foul of the game. The Nets making a switch here. Brown's checked in. Norman Powell's checked in for the Trailblazers. Damian Lillard comes in for Anthony Simons. And Lillard kicks to Anthony. Powell dishes to Lillard. And it's in there.
Clutch is Lillard's middle name. Time and time again. This guy comes through for his squad.
Nobody near Irving. Good.
Come on, Irving is a terrific.
David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Coming up next. Thanks for joining us here on 2K Sports. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. We've got Patrick Beverley. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Ibaka in at the 5 down low. And for Brooklyn, we've got Jordan. Harris is out there with Durant. Then it's Harden. And it's Brown in at the shooting guard position. Now here's Harden. Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise-caliber players, but you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
Well said. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Kennard for 3. They get the rebound, and Leonard stays with it.
Great anticipation. He has great hands. Kawhi gobbles up second chance opportunities.
It's Harden with the drive. That's in for the first basket of the game after 3 attempts.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
Now here's Beverly. The pass to Kennard. Five on the clock. They get a hand on it. And here we go. Harden heading to the hoop. And finished off by Brown.
And arguably no one in the NBA draws more attention than Harden. Part of why he creates so many opportunities for others.
Now here's Beverly. A 3 from Morris. The putback. Jordan with the rebound. For Brooklyn, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. That's good. And here we go. Coach's challenge on that goaltending call. The coach didn't think the call was correct.
And with this type of goaltending review process, one thing to keep in mind is that the rule states, quote, in order to overturn the event as called on the floor, there must be clear and conclusive visual evidence that the call was incorrect.
And so, Greg, if via replay there is any level of ambiguity, it makes sense that the original ruling would stay. But in that event, the coach has used up his one and only coach's challenge for the game. So, as you can tell, a lot riding on when you choose to use it. So, guys, the courtside administrator has received the verdict. They will overturn the goaltending violation. So, a good use of the challenge here.
And with the improvements to cameras and visibility for these sorts of plays around the rim, it seems impossible now to imagine not having replay review. This time it works. They reversed the call, and I think that's a good thing for all parties.
Brown, the pass to Harden. And Harris wide open. He shoots. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
In the corner, Kennard with it. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. A three from Morris. Unable to get that one.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And Harden with the stuff.
I love how Durant keeps his eyes up, scanning for someone with a better look.
Pass to Kennard. On the wing, Morris. A three-pointer off the mark. Brooklyn with the ball. Big run right now going for him, 11-2. Got a piece of it. Out to Harris. This one for three. Let's keep it alive. From outside the arc. No good.
This is the shot they wanted to get. Right guy, right spot, wrong result.
And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. And a chance there to look back at the stunning Mobile One block a moment ago.
Some intimidation right away. Got to show those shooters you're going to be there all night long.
And it's Green slamming it down.
Well, the thing about Kyrie, he draws so much defensive attention. Someone's often left open.
Here's Rondo, and Durant sends it back. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George. So for the Nets, Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Green. Griffin comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's Luwawu Cabarrot in for Harris. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Jackson's checked in. There's 45 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Griffin down low. Cousins is there. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
I saw that one in Griffin's eyes. He was ready to throw that one down.
And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Clippers. 9-point game. Yep, that one goes in there.
They saw what the defense was willing to give up, and they seized that opportunity.
Now Irving. 16 seconds left in the first quarter. In the corner, it's Dinwiddie. Shot clock at 6. On the wing, Irving. Over Jackson. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Challenging the defense at the rim. Something he does very well. Excellent tip in.
And so it's Brooklyn in control with the 9-point lead to end the quarter. And catching up with Luke Kennard before the game, he discussed what it...
this game, it's...
You know this, it takes time mentally for the game to slow down.
It's a great point. This is why most championship teams are laden with seasoned veterans. You can't rush experience. It happens at its own pace.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Especially at the start. You want to get something positive going and establish your rhythm.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. They've got Griffin, also Green out there, and it's Irving in at the point guard position.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
And it's Paul George with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And we played through the first minute here in the second. Irving kicks to Griffin. Wants to get it to Irving and does. 5 to shoot. Good. Irving's got the lead up to 9 now for the Nets.
I like this from Kyrie. Looking for a high percentage shot, settling for nothing less.
Pass to Beverly. Cousins with it. Griffin with some nice D.
He goes up strong, but he is met with resistance. I think that surprised him a little bit.
Beverly against Irving. Claxton the pass to Irving. Nailed from three-point land. And now a 12-point Brooklyn lead.
Man, it is tough holding down Kyrie. Smooth release on that shot.
On the wing, George. Puts one up from 19. Rebounded by the Nets. Stolen by George. Pass to Beverly. It's tipped. Here's Zubats. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's his first trip to the line.
And last season, he made good on about 3 out of every 4 free throw attempts. And last time I checked, I think that's 75%.
Jackson, he's checked in for Patrick Beverly. Now here's Harden. And here's KD for 3. Batum grabs the miss. And now the Clippers on the break. George has got the ball. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. Brooklyn leading by 10. Here's Harris. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Over Jackson. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Durant's got his first points of the game. The Clippers have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. And George kicks to Jackson. Green with the block. And they get it back. The Nets have gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to fall in the second quarter. Outstanding shooting. Harden with it. KD on the wing. Shoots over Cousins. Durant, no good.
Wow, that's one you just kind of assume is going in. Tough luck.
Here's George. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. George has got it back down to within single digits for the Clippers.
In OKC, Paul George showed he can be an MVP caliber performer. With Kawhi on the Clippers, he could be that 1B or that 1A.
And PG, you know, he has the versatility to succeed in different roles. Doesn't have to dominate the ball.
Yes, and if anything, he's more comfortable scoring within the flow of the offense. With his all-around impact, doesn't need to force things to make winning plays. But if you need him to, he can.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Green. Griffin comes in for Kevin Durant. Luwawu Cabarro, he's checked in for Joe Harris. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Brown. Here's Dinwiddie, the pass to Harden. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. There's the pass to Kennard. That one, no good. And it's the Nets taking it the other way.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Griffin with the steal. Passes it to Claxton. Outside for Griffin. That's tipped. It's stolen by Ibaka. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Beverly finds Leonard. And Ibaka slams it in.
This is the kind of physical play we saw from Ibaka early in his career. We're seeing it again now.
Definitely got to use the clock here and get the last shot.
But you know, this is where your patience is tested. If you shoot too quickly, you give your opponent a chance to close out the quarter.
Kennard on the wing. Got it up. And that would have counted, but Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks, Kent, it's Brooklyn out in front at the half. They lead by 10. And over to Shaq. And
for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. One of the stories here, James Harden getting it done today.
His play so far is what fans love about him. He has gone right at the defense time and time again.
And not standing around, not settling for perimeter shots. He's looking to attack.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. Ibaka is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Beverly in at the point guard. Shot clock at 5. Irving against Leonard. The shot's good from Irving. Irving's got 7 points in the game. Greg, you're the all-time assist leader for the Big West Conference. In that frame, talk about some of the traits that make for a good floor general, a good point guard, a good facilitator.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you have to be a leader because that's what the position calls for. Unselfishness, instincts, that stuff matters, but ultimately your teammates got to feel like you play for them. And that's when you have a chance as a team to be special.
I'm assuming you've always been like that. Am I correct?
No, that is not
really?
true.
Wow.
I evolved into a leader. In all seriousness, I think some guys are natural. Others, like myself, had to evolve into it. Yeah, but the hand in the face, it's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
Pass to Kennard. Lets it go from deep. They grab their own miss, and Ibaka is right there.
When shots go up, one thing about Ibaka, he gets to the right place at the right time.
Irving against Beverly. A nice shot by Irving.
Adding to this lead, he's been dependable and consistent at the offensive end.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, GA. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. Cousins, the pass to Jackson. Here's Zubats. It's hauled in by DeAndre Jordan. Jordan's got 6 rebounds in the game. And the shot goes in. Brown's got the lead up to 12 now for Brooklyn.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
And here's George. Outside Jackson. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And at his peak, Reggie Jackson is one of the better guards in the league. He's still got that confidence.
Yes, he does. Injuries slowed him down, but still able to create his shot anytime he wants.
Now, here is Harden. He's got 8. Pass to Durant. Back to Harden. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points, so 1 free throw coming up.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
For Brooklyn, they have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
And they were 75% from the line a season ago.
Here's Jackson. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Drops in the layup for 2.
The defense having to respect Jackson's outside game. That opened up things for him in the inside.
Harden way outside. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And he makes that one. George has got his 3rd basket of the night.
Excellent concentration from Paul George, overwhelming the aggressive defense with his strength and determination.
Durant, the pass to Harden. Feeds it to Jordan.
Oh, yes. one of the most powerful dunkers in this league. DeAndre, though, showing off his creativity.
It's stolen by Brown. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. KD on the wing. Good. And Harris gets the assist. And the Nets lead by 13.
When the shots come to KD and the floor of the offense, it makes it much easier.
Here's George. He's got 6. Bucket is good.
And the shooting has really been there for him today. But he may have to take it upon himself to continue to carry this team and try and get out of this hole.
So for the Nets, Green comes in for Bruce Brown. And Irving subbed in for James Harden. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for the Clippers.
You know, no one produces like Paul George does. He elevates your team's abilities in any situation.
Left side, Jordan. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation.
The homecoming for Paul George, playing in L.A. with the Clippers. They gave up a king's ransom to OKC. 5 first-round picks and Danilo Gallinari and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Griffin comes in for Jeff Green. Luwawu is checked in for Kevin Durant. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Harris.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip-in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Irving. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Clippers trail by 9. Now Kennard. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. And now the fast break. Irving with the ball. Outside for Griffin. Fires for 3. No good.
Enters the league as a great defender. Now Leonard's an elite defender.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. We'll get right back to the action when we return. Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Durant is out there with Green. Then there's Irving. Then it's Joe Harris. And it's Brown in at the 2. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Now here's Durant. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
He feeds it to Green. And it's blocked. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nets will retain possession. Kennard, he's checked in for the Clippers. Patrick Beverly comes in for Rajon Rondo. Durant finds Green. The Nets working the ball around now. For 3, Harris. Serge Ibaka with the rebound. Ibaka's got his 8th rebound here tonight.
Trying to finish out the game strong. You have to recognize who has the hot hand and get him the ball.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Green. Blake Griffin comes in for Kevin Durant. Luwawu is checked in for Harris. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Bruce Brown. Kennard's shot is off.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down. Try to get some easy ones.
Yep, that one goes. Dinwiddie's got his first bucket in this one.
You know, Blake Griffin, he gives you a little bit of everything offensively. Terrific court awareness.
Here's Kennard, and that one is stuck right through.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
That's a big-time move and a big-time finish.
Jeff Green, he's checked in for Luwawu. Beverly against Irving. It's stolen by Ibaka. Kennard on the wing. A 3 from Morris. Blake Griffin pulls it in. And here's Griffin. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. Irving looking over the floor. Just 4 to shoot. Outside for Griffin. target from three-point range. Clippers trail by 9.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
We've seen Kadar steadily increase his three-point shots. Terrific accuracy here.
And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Claxton the pass to Irving. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
Terrific body control from Kyrie and the showtime finish.
And a new group in for the Nets. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Durant comes in for Blake Griffin. Harris is checked in for Green, and it's Brown in for Dinwiddie. And then for Los Angeles, Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Paul George comes in for Morris, and Reggie Jackson subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Kennard against Brown. Offensive rebound.
You know he's pulling his weight, but they still find themselves behind.
Nets leading by 7. Now, here is Irving. Outside Durant. Back to Irving. KD dishes to Irving. From outside, off the mark.
Well defended that time. He's a shooter that the D has to close down on quickly when he's ready to pull the trigger.
Clippers trail by 7. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got 3 assists now in this one. For Brooklyn, they've gone just 2 of 8 in this fourth quarter. The final quarter not treating them well so far. Now here's Durant. Shoots from the right block. Dishes it to Jordan. It's hauled in by Zubac.
My goodness, how about that miss? I mean, that's 2 easy points that they've just given away.
And he commits the intentional foul.
You're not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
James Harden, he's checked in for the Nets. Harden against George. And they are in the driver's seat.
Yes, they are. If they come away with points on this trip, Katie barred the door.
Harden kicks to Harris. It's Brown on the wing. Back to Harris. The pass to KD. Pocket 4. From deep three-point range, Jordan. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Nets lead by 6.
You've got to hand it to DeAndre. His relentless approach on the boards, paying dividends.
George looking around. From deep. The shot missing. That's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. And Durant puts up a deep 3. No good on the quick 3. And the miss.
DeAndre Jordan's frame alone is in.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. And let's...
Kevin, thanks.
He stays working and stays true. David, thank you. The starters for the Portland Trail Blazers. Norman Powell is out there with Damian Lillard. Then it's Robert Covington. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic. And it's Anthony in at the 3. And for the Clippers, Ibaka is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then it's Paul George. And it's Beverly in at the point. Now Beverly after the missed 3 from Damian Lillard. Beverly the pass to George. Leonard against Covington. Covington with the steal. Lillard outside. From deep three-point range. There's the pass to Nurkic. Portland moving the ball around. Pass to Powell. Lock at 6. Over in the corner, Lillard. And it's off from three-point range.
And what a unique career Serge Ibaka has had. Some incredible totals for him over the course of his career.
That's right, Greg. I mean, I think people would be shocked to know Serge Ibaka was the first player ever to make 500 threes and have 1,500 blocks. Hard to imagine nobody had ever accomplished that feat. Give credit to Ibaka. He changed his offense and added the 3-ball.
And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame. Nurkic. There's Nurkic putting it right back in.
And just a massive player. Nurkic's combination of size and strength helps him on that offensive glass.
Now here is Ibaka. Now the dish to George. Beyond the arc. Powell pulls it in. Portland's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Lillard the pass to Powell. Outside Anthony.
Yet another miss. Just 1 for 5. Not exactly an ideal start.
And Beverly kicks to George. From deep. Here's Leonard. Here's Ibaka. That's good. And it's Leonard with the assist.
Boy, that open look set up by Kawhi Leonard, that's probably the most underrated aspect of his game.
Lillard dishes to Powell. Lillard looking around. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. The Clippers in the lead. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. A 15-footer. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
Well, that's a blown defensive coverage, but it doesn't matter. He cannot answer the bell.
Got that one up quick.
And after missing 4 straight, he finally gets one to go.
And so Beverly will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Leonard on the wing. You know, Greg, we know there's some power finishers in the NBA like Giannis Antetokounmpo, but he complains a lot that he needs to sell contact rather than muscle through it. How do you evaluate those kind of power finishers in the game?
Well, I mean, there's still power will always play a role, especially when you can add in quickness and athleticism. And I think you start right there with Giannis. I mean, he's kind of epitomizes that. LeBron obviously is still in that category. And a guy like Kawhi Leonard, he can send you into the stanchion when he gets going downhill as well.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Lillard outside. Down low. 1:02 left to play here in the first. In the corner, Powell with it. A putback. There's Nurkic putting it right back in. Nurkic has got his second bucket of the night.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by. Ibaka, Nurkic with the steal. And there's the foul. It goes on Serge Ibaka. That is his first foul of the game. And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. Jackson against McCollum. Passes it to Hollis Jefferson. There's the 3. McCollum, no good, but Clippers trail. Jackson drives in. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And with a quick first step, Jackson remains a threat to drive on any defender.
McCollum passes to Hollis Jefferson. And it's Hollis Jefferson with the jam.
Well, not exactly one of those big, burly power forwards, right? He depends on his leaping ability more than those guys, and it serves him just fine.
You know Jackson can just fly. I mean, that athleticism and energy is off the charts.
And here's McCollum for three. It's all tied here in Los Angeles. And we'll be back with you right after this. Well, before the game, we talked with Damian Lillard. He credits his upbringing.
I think it comes from the...
And that's the kind of support, Greg, he gives his teammates on and off the floor.
And, you know, guys naturally trust him. They believe in him, and he typically comes through when they need him.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
Yeah, I think they wanted to come out of the gate strong, and they have. They've taken the early lead here.
Here are the five Portland has to start the second quarter. We've got C.J. McCollum. Collins is out there with Anthony. Then it's Enes Kanter. And it's Simons in at the point guard position. Now here's McCollum. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Over Jackson. Off the left rim and out. L.A. has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. And Kawhi Leonard with a very analytical approach, Doris, to the game. Studies angles, movement, trying to groove in on perfect mechanics. I mean, he does it all.
Yeah, Kev, that goes back to his favorite high school subject, which was math. And think about how precisely he has built his game. He started at the free throw line, then went to the low post, and now has added the range game. Very analytic approach.
Here's McCollum after the basket by Los Angeles. Here's Simons. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
I love that Kanter will pursue rebounds out of his area. This guy's such a powerful player who's willing to exert his will.
Now here's Jackson. Leonard kicks to Jackson. Kennard for three. And Kanter pulls it down.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
And it's McCollum in the corner. There we go. Now in the scoring column with that make, he is 1 for 4.
And you can't give McCollum any space. Always a threat to pull the trigger.
Kennard against McCollum. To the paint. And that one is good from Zubac.
What a terrific pass. Work the ball inside and create a good look for your teammate.
Trailblazers have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. It's McCollum on the wing. Sinks the three-pointer. McCollum's got 5 now.
Well, the versatility he possesses makes him a very tough cover, guys.
Here's Kennard. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good.
I'll tell you, a rough quarter for him, and that puts so much pressure on the guys around him.
Anthony finds McCollum.
His shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, you know, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
Zubac, great positioning on the putback.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. And a wide open look for McCollum. Misses the 3. Clippers have gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Jackson looking around. Man passes to Kennard. The tray. Up again. It's good on the putback.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
And here's McCollum. He has 5. There's 53 seconds left now here in the second. Cantor against Zubac. From past the arc. And it's Simons missing.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Now Jackson. Pass to Kennard. Zubac kicks to Kennard. A step back shot here. Tries again. Zubac finds Kennard. Nice open look, but it's no good.
Boy, a tough go for him in this quarter. You can see how desperately he wants to get things started. He just can't make a shot. Never easy to stop this guy at the rim, but that is a beautiful contest right there.
Oh, and he nails it just in time.
One eye.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back with the second.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope a pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. And Kenny, like Kawhi. And
we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You've got to like what Ivica Zubac has done in this game.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
Patrick Beverly out there with Paul George. Then it's Ibaka. Then there's Batum. And it's Morris in at the small forward. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue. Here's Lillard. And that one is off. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Now, here is George. No points in the game yet for him. No good from outside. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Lillard, right side. Powell for three. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. And Paul George, Doris, kind of a late bloomer coming up in high school. His older sister used to give him the business on the blacktop. Of course, eventually, he found his stride, and the rest is history.
It took some encouraging from older sis and his high school coach, who actually had to threaten him with running suicides to get the guy to shoot more. And think about it. This guy plays his college basketball at mid-major Fresno State. That's really where he got onto the NBA radar.
Lillard dishes to Covington. Portland needs to get off a shot. Third quarter of basketball, about a minute and a half in. Ibaka with the ball. Kicks it to George. Back to Ibaka. Launches it. And it's rebounded by Covington.
All right, time now to pick it up. You're 1 for 4, and you certainly don't want to give your opponent momentum.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. George, that's a two-pointer. The offensive rebound. Beverly, the pass to Morris. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. And George kicks to Morris. Good on the three-point shot. Morris has got the lead up to 7 now for the Clippers.
Well, this is why Mr. Morris is out there. The ability to drain the shot from long distance and spread the floor.
Pass to Powell. Knocks it loose. Batum with the steal. Outside, George lets the three fly. That one's not going to go. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. Powell for three. Knocked away.
Well, the defense clearly was not interested in guarding him from downtown. They're very fortunate he missed.
Ibaka finds Morris. From deep three-point range. Ibaka, the pass to Batum. Jacks up a three. George, no good.
And what a struggle it has been, yet to convert a single shot from the field.
Feeds it to Covington. Powell, no one around him. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
Maybe he rushes that just a little bit, who knows, but he couldn't have gotten a better look than that.
And here's George for three. That doesn't go either for George.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
And you know what? They keep calling his number, and they're simply trying to get him out of this funk.
Outstanding handles from the clever guard. Lillard crafty with it in his hand and can create for anybody.
On the pass to Beverly. Now here is Ibaka. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Now here's Leonard. Kennard for three. Traps in the tray. Kennard's got 8 points.
I'll tell you, you are playing with fire anytime you leave this guy open, and they just got burned.
That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. .44 seconds left in the third. This is it to Leonard. Launches a three. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Well, big frame, great hands, and Cousins a load on the offensive glass.
Goes up on the wing. Portland with a new 14.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Good work there as it goes. Cousins has got 4 this quarter.
That's the efficiency you want to see from Jackson, using his poise and vision to make a play.
Picked away. Out of bounds. Portland takes possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Out to the wing. Here's Giles. Boom, he jams it straight down.
And how about the offensive rebound with a little extra punch on the putback?
You're right, Greg. As they look to trim the deficit, could we see them send a few more bodies to the boards from here on out? Maybe, just maybe. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
You love the unselfishness, finding the best look, and it doesn't matter who's taking it.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. On the floor for Portland, Giles is out there with Jones. Then it's Little. Then there's C.J. McCollum. And it's Cantor in at the 5, roaming the paint.
And those are the types of shots down the stretch that win you ball game.
Jackson kicks to Kennard. Pass to Zubac. He's looking for Cousins and finds him. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. Jones is running. Now here's Little. Guarded closely. The 3 from McCollum. Trailblazers keep it alive. Pass to Jones. 6 to shoot. And he lobs it up, and Jones slams it in.
And we talk about court awareness. There, McCollum doing a beautiful job spotting the open man.
And there's the pass to Kennard. Floats it up for Cousins. A steal. And now Portland on the break. Jones is running. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Yusuf Nurkic. He's checked in for Cantor. Nurkic the pass to Jones. 4 on the shot clock. Here's McCollum. Nurkic trying to get open. And McCollum the bucket on the assist by Jones.
They are just killing them on the interior.
We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Cousins on the follow. And the Clippers lead by 2.
Well, you don't see him work the catch-and-shoot game often, but DeMarcus Cousins proving capable right there.
A 3 from McCollum. And it's rebounded by DeMarcus Cousins.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Kennard on the wing. And Cousins kicks to Kennard. Back to Cousins. Passes to Zubats. Outside, Batum. Here's Jackson. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. Fires from 14. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Robert Covington's checked in for Harry Giles. Carmelo Anthony comes in for Derek Jones. Norman Powell's checked in for Little. And Damian Lillard is subbed in for McCollum. Anthony, the pass to Lillard. And Lillard gets double-teamed. Powell for 3. With the putdown. There's Nurkic putting it right back in.
And the swag Nurkic plays with, it's infectious. He doesn't back down from taking a big shot.
Leonard inside, defended by Covington.
And you can see why he might be off on some of his attempts. Getting far fewer shots today than he's accustomed to.
And Portland making a change here. Cantor's checked in. It's Powell on the wing, defended by George. Powell kicks to Covington, outside Anthony. To take the lead, back to Covington, 3 on the clock, and they take the lead. And the Trailblazers lead by 2.
Robert Covington, calm, cool, and collected.
Here's Leonard. Shoots over Covington, and it's Leonard missing. And here's Portland, stringing it together. They've got an 11-2 run going. Anthony, the pass to Lillard. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. There's 21 seconds left in the fourth. Covington against George. He kicks it to Ibaka. Leonard on the wing. And the wide open shot from Morris. Count it!
And that's a clutch bucket by Morris, showing the team they can count on him down the stretch.
Here's Lillard. Yes!
This is what he's known for. When it's an important possession, Lillard knows how to come through.
Los Angeles calls timeout. What do you think, guys?
Not sure they have enough time for the catch and shoot here. Only hope is to try for a tip in off the inbound. They've got their work cut out for them on this possession.
And now, let's present our New Balance Player of the Game, Yusuf Nurkic.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. That has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
And so the big win by Portland in a tight game. Now it's ended out.
Hey, Kevin. Well,
it does indeed. Thanks, David. Here are the starters for Brooklyn. We've got Brown. Durant is out there with Jordan. Then it's Joe Harris. And it's Harden in at the 1 spot. And for Portland, Robert Covington out there with Nurkic. Then there's Norman Powell. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Jones in at the 3 spot. Now here's Powell. 3-pointer. Jordan with the rebound.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Not many teams have the personnel, Greg, to work the ball through the post, but that's what we're going to see plenty of tonight. These two teams can do it.
No doubt, Kevin. It can really add a dimension to your offense, and it creates different rotations defensively, especially when you've got someone down low that's going to demand a double team. And so I'm interested to see, in essence, some old school basketball in terms of how teams rotate out of that post.
I am too. Now Brown after the missed 3 from Damian Lillard. And it's Brown that time on the assist by Jordan.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
Now here's Lillard, and good that time.
Oh, Lillard has some ridiculous handles. His ball control simply sublime.
Here is Harden. And Harden with the stuff.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
Yeah, coach is definitely pleased. That's the execution he loves to see.
Lillard again missing. Nets have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Durant, and there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And there's the call, Portland the foul. Brooklyn shooting their first free throws of the evening.
And as a group, they shot 75% from the line last season.
Oh, he's never rattled at the stripe. Always has that nice soft touch on his free throws.
Foul, the pass to Nurkic. Lillard outside. Back to Nurkic. Portland moving the ball around. Fires from 18. Brooklyn with the rebound.
This quarter has been hit or miss for him. Mostly miss.
Powell with the steal. Jones finds Powell, and Jordan sends it back.
And really, that's the brilliance of Jordan, just denying those shots there with tremendous power. Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
They've been a more cohesive team over this stretch, and that helps account for their lead.
Now here's Lillard. Here's Nurkic, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Oh, he's a real menace. Nurkic is 7'1". He's difficult to guard without fouling.
And he's got his first free throw of the game. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Harry Giles is checked in for Robert Covington. Anthony comes in for Derek Jones. Hollis Jefferson's checked in for Norman Powell. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Lillard. Trailblazers trail by 7. It's stolen by Harris. And now here's Durant, the fast break opportunity. And the jam by Kevin Durant.
I mean, this guy is almost 7 feet. Durant runs the floor beautifully, knowing where to be at all times in transition.
McCollum outside. Portland no good that time either.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the 3.
And it's Anthony with the ball for the Portland Trailblazers.
Well, Melo made his way back into the league last season. He was immediately a heavy minutes player for the Blazers. Looked good as a third scoring option for the team.
And it's Giles missing.
Oh, he found the open space for mid-range. Just maybe rushed his release a little bit.
Irving from long range. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray. And with Melo not having to bear so much of the scoring load, I think was good for him.
Yeah, especially since he took about a year off from playing. Melo had to take a long look in the mirror about how he can help teams win during his absence. But he clearly has something left to offer.
Beautiful reverse jam right there.
Use the rim to protect the ball, I think. And Green now, top of the key. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
Look at the fearlessness of McCullough. Smaller guard who's willing to get whacked when he's going to the rack.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. So for the Trailblazers, Cantor checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Zach Collins comes in for Harry Giles. And it's Simons in for Hollis Jefferson. And then for Brooklyn, Nicholas Claxton comes in for Joe Harris. And it's Griffin in for Kevin Durant. Now, here is Irving. Pass to Claxton. Makes it off the glass.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
McCollum feeling it out a bit. He dishes it to Cantor. McCollum passes to Cantor. Offensive rebound. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's Brooklyn. Their lead at 11 points to... And recently, Kevin Durant discussed what they have to face.
I think we get a lot of teams' best shot in the first.
And Greg, it's one of the great challenges of being one of the teams to beat.
But that's the difference with a superstar like Durant. He can give you elite play from start to finish. Lesser guys can do that only in spurts.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And guys, the Nets enjoying a nice lead here.
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, they really got after it. I mean, they made life extremely difficult for the shooters, which is why they hold this lead.
Anthony out there with Collins. Then it's Enes Kanter. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Simons in at the shooting guard position. They're the group the Portland Trailblazers will start the second quarter with. The dunk with a foul on top of it. So strong.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay
focus.
Their poise has been tremendous. I mean, excellent at both ends, has them increasing this lead.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Robert Covington's checked in for Collins. Jones comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And it's Powell in for Anthony Simons. Here's Claxton. The kick out to Irving. And the Nets miss again.
When the D forgets about him on the perimeter, they're playing with fire. Lucky they don't get burned here. The assist is the key to that sequence. I mean, a great look to set them up.
Nets leading by 13. Irving passes to Claxton. Green dishes to Irving. To the inside. And he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
I love seeing that kind of unselfishness. Irving is proven to be a sensational teammate.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Lillard misses.
He has shot them in the foot with his inability to make shots tonight.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. Now, we have seen continued growth with the NBA's affiliated leagues the last few years. Think about the explosion in popularity of the WNBA, the Basketball Africa League, expansion of the 2K League, greater pay in the WNBA and the G League pathway, along with the unionization of G League players. The league continues to show its commitment to expanding opportunities on multiple levels. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, David. Dinwiddie's shot is off. Trailblazers trail by 18. Here's Covington, and the dunk by Covington.
Oh, the quick feet of Covington. He excels at getting out there on the break and finding ways to capitalize.
And so it's Irving with it, bringing it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Now about 3 minutes gone in this second quarter of basketball. He can't hit that time. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. The drive by Cantor. The feed to Covington. Outside, Jones. Lillard scanning the floor. Covington. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Covington's got 6 points in the quarter. Greg, 11 years for you in the NBA. You had to have some favorite players that you played besides and with.
You know, it's a great call, and there were a ton of them. A few guys, though, will say Gary Payton. I got a chance to play with Gary for a year and have known him. We used to go at it in high school, and it's really about his personality. This is a guy that constant chatter, practice on the court. That's what fed his confidence. Charles Oakley, another guy, he would run through a wall or through you to win a game. And then Scottie Pippen later in my career, just a winner and somebody who I competed against for many years, but then having the opportunity to play with up close, I got a greater appreciation for his skill set.
You got to know McCollum is looking to fire off the pass. This is why you must play up on him.
Outside Irving. Left side Jordan. Harris outside. And again, it's the Nets missing. Trailblazers trail by 14. The wide open look here for Anthony. Offensive rebound. Hollis Jefferson kicks to Nurkic. Giles the pass to Hollis Jefferson. Clock at 6. Over to the left wing. And here's McCollum for 3. And it's KD with the rebound. Brooklyn leading by 14. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Irving passes to Durant. From 20 feet out. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Giles has got 4 rebounds in this game. Anthony, the pass to Nurkic. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet.
And at 280 pounds, I mean, Nurkic is difficult to deter even when you hit him. I mean,
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, Best. It's Brooklyn out in front at the half. They are leading by 12. And that'll about do it.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Kyrie Irving really making a difference here.
And the way that he has helped out with the ball movement has been a difference maker early on.
And that's somewhat of a surprise. I mean, but he's been really patient and unselfish.
And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. They've got DeAndre Jordan. Durant is out there with Joe Harris. Then there's Brown, and it's Harden in at the point.
And what about Durant? Time and time again, keeping himself involved, creating second chance opportunities.
Pass to Lillard. Here's the three, and he's good on the three ball. Lillard's got 5.
So you can learn a lot by watching him operate in that offense.
Harden against Lillard. And he comes up with the deuce.
He's a point guard. I mean, the point guard's command in the pick and roll. Harden, he always reads it perfectly.
Lillard outside. 14 feet away, and the Trailblazers getting another bucket right there.
And that's definitely a shot that he has in his arsenal.
Now, here is Harden. And Robert Covington picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Zach Collins checked in for the Trailblazers. Harden outside. Inside, here's Durant. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
They're on target from the start of the half. I mean, they're moving well. They're getting some good shots. Now, that makes them 3 for 4 from the field since halftime.
Here is Lillard. He's got 7. Pass to Powell. No good there. Some solid defense from Brown. And it's Durant with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. They led by as many as 18 points. Jordan finds Harden. Shoots over Powell. Durant deciding where to go with it. With a step back, and it's Brooklyn scoring again.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
The pass to Powell. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Lillard's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for the Trailblazers. Harden with it. Dishes to Jordan. Back to Harden. Brown the pass to Jordan. Harden against Lillard. They get it back, and there's Jordan putting it right back in.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Lillard dishes to Collins. Back to Lillard. Pass to Collins. To the wing on the left. Back to Lillard. Over Harden. And that's collected by DeAndre Jordan. Jordan's got his 6th rebound on the night, and so they choose to intentionally foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. And then for Brooklyn, Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Jordan. And it's Green in for Harris. Durant the pass to Green. The putback. Great positioning on the putback. And the Nets lead by 16.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Pass to Carmelo. Over KD. Cantor kicks to Anthony. Fires the 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum.
Great court awareness from the crafty guard McCollum. I mean, a good teammate who likes hitting his open guys.
Now Harden passes it to KD. Stolen away. 29 seconds left here in the third quarter. To the inside, Cantor, the pass to McCollum. The pass to Giles. Now Anthony, 6 on the shot clock. From deep. Rebounded by the Nets. The deep three from Green. Misses the deep three-point attempt. And so it's Brooklyn. 13 points up at the end of the period. They've been playing. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Yeah, he put it on the platter, and it was served cold. Now, I love the poise, the decisiveness. This is how you run an offense.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Anthony out there with Derek Jones. Then there's Norman Powell. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic, and it's Simons in at the point guard position. That's the group on the floor for Portland. And that's an intentional foul. You know, Greg, when you were in New York, you were on a super team of sorts. Compare that to the super teams they're forming now in the NBA.
Oh, we've always had super teams. And this misnomer that this is something that's just come about with this era is, to me, absurd. You've always had it. Whether the difference nowadays is I think the players have more say in where they go. And they can orchestrate how a team is constructed. But it's always existed. And the reality is this. You become a super team when you win a lot.
Sure.
And that's what really dictates how super your team is.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Here's Claxton. And a miss there on the triple. Trailblazers trail by 13. Here's Simons. Pass to Powell. Here's Simons from past the arc. And Irving pulls it down. Nets leading by 13. And so they foul intentionally. A different look now for Portland. McCollum's checked in for Norman Powell. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nets will retain possession. And a new group in for the Nets. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Jordan. Blake Griffin comes in for Harris. Dinwiddie's checked in for Bruce Brown. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for James Harden.
He's done a lot of the little things to help put them in front. But his offense has not been there for him tonight.
That is good. And the Nets' lead is cut to just 11 on the basket from Lillard.
And finally, someone scores.
Yeah, this is low output for both teams. This is ugly. The defense is having their way so far.
Pass to Claxton. Dinwiddie outside. Passes it to Claxton. That shot off the mark. Great D that time from Nurkic. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Now here's Hollis Jefferson. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. But they recover it. Nurkic can't hit. And it's Dinwiddie with the ball. Bringing it up now for the Brooklyn Nets. They have yet to put up any points here in the fourth. And here's Irving. Back to Griffin. Off target from outside. Trailblazers trail by 11. Lillard finds McCollum. Back to Lillard. Basket counts.
There's never going to be hesitation from Lillard on his catch-and-shoot opportunities. His confidence through the roof on those.
A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Here's Irving, and that one's drained from the low block. And the Nets lead by 11.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
You have to go to your best scorers. I mean, it's a smart strategy, and so far, it's paying off in this game.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
Yeah, you can't blame the ref for making that call at all. The defense in general is already at such a disadvantage as it is.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Robert Covington's checked in for Collins. Derek Jones comes in for Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. And Norman Powell subbed in for C.J. McCollum. He rifled that one in from distance. Lillard's got 15 points here in the second half. Nets leading by 8. And 1:01 left in the fourth quarter. Now the pass to KD. Kept alive. And there's Jordan putting it right back in.
And we'll just watch the clock wind down, guys, in what will turn out to be a win here for the Nets.
Starting five must have been happy to get so much help from the reserves in this game.
And they not only lightened the load, the subs did nothing less than guarantee a win.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and look at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Kevin Durant.
Well, he had a hand in just about everything they did tonight. I mean, he just didn't take a single possession off on either end. He was a complete package.
Guys, a comeback probably not in the cards at this point.
Yeah, I think you can put a fork in it.
Pass to Lillard. Lets it go with the three. Good on the triple.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Yeah, and they aren't just chucking up anything. I mean, they're doing a great job of creating quality looks.
So it's the Nets picking up the win. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.